Hi, it's Don Southerton, and another weekly episode of Everything Korea. If you're new, welcome. If you're back returning, happy to see you again. With that, let's go ahead and get started. This week's episode I've titled A Matter of Process. Let's jump in. Like a moth drawn to a bright light, I'm drawn to Korea-facing business issues and trends. I explore and then provide commentary on the direction of Korean business from developments inside Korea to their impact on international operations. To better define this task, my perspective is culture. I'd like to share some thoughts from my most recent visit to Seoul, South Korea, the third in as many months. Now, this commentary is also available in Branding in Asia, an online magazine that I support. With that, first, I see huge leaps in the culture that nurtures the creative class. In America, for example, this is where we see startups and technology and innovation, and they've tended to evolve in cities with diversity and strong countercultures, all with that foster creativity. Now, those familiar with the Korean workforce, and by that I don't only mean the larger organizations, but also the most progressive firms. We once recognized the stark disparity in the creative norms between Korea and the U.S. In fact, I did a case study on that you can request. One can sense the change just strolling down a trendy urban district undergoing gentrification, such as Hongdae or Shinsadong, where the streets and alleys adjacent even the neighboring neighborhoods such as Yeongnam and Sangsu-dong, for example, become homes to hipsters and young artists. In particular, this emerging Korea creative class has generated a demand for and furthered the appeal for chic design, urban art, indie music, and hip, smart fashion. And as we look, we can see that there are now individuals trying to stand out within a people once depicted cross-culturally as high in conformity. I see the latter trend as a critical shift in Korean society. Now, as academic Richard Florida points out in The Rise of the Creative Class, creatives as a group reflect a powerful and significant shift in values, norms, and attitudes. He further identifies these attitudes as individualism, meritocracy, and diversity and openness, which I translate to gender, sexual preferences, race, and my favorite, personal idiosyncrasies. Now, gaps. This said, there are still gaps in applying a creative culture to business, especially when a project's expectations are measured in global terms. Now, digging deeper, perhaps the reason for this disparity is a matter of process and mindset in Korea. For example, in the West, whether it's a business proposal, a go-to-market strategy, or a rollout, seasoned veterans, in-house or contracted, work from day one to define and flesh out the project. Complementing this approach, their working level teams are experienced. Overall, there is a typical considerable investment in time and talent up front. Now, in contrast, the Korean approach is more to adapt and modify. Since the working teams involved tend to be comparatively less experienced, the project then takes them into uncharted waters. So the more practical approach is to tackle each stage as it unfolds. Now, additionally, in the West, high-level leadership such as vice presidents, chief marketing officers, and COOs are commonly directly engaged in the project. This enables a more hands-on approach which brings into play their talents and expertise. In Korea, we find it's a working level team engaged on the day-to-day basis, and leadership only periodically briefed. Now, this challenge arises when Western expectations call for a detailed upfront planning followed by a proven model versus ones that are more a general roadmap with fewer specifics. Now, All in all, I see the engagement of Korean teams in global projects as a positive direction. This promotes the adopting of Western approaches to project development and enhances enhanced with this new emerging Korea creative class. As always, we're open to discuss your needs and concerns. Stacy, my personal assistant, can schedule us a time to meet or chat by phone. For urgent matters, you can text me at 310-866-3777. And again, that's country code 1. Until next time, this is Don Southerton wishing you all the best. Take care.